Hey everyone, my name is Militza. I want to take a moment and talk to you about Lori Spagna. Lori was there for me during one of the hardest times of my life. Back in May, my husband and I took a vacation in Europe, and when we got back, our 12-and-a-half-year-old Labradoodle Zeus was gravely ill. We had no idea what was going on. Nothing prepared us for that coming week. He was pacing, he was crying all through the night. We were taking turns staying up with him. We took him to the emergency vet. We really were at our wits' end. Finally, we took him to the neurologist. Unfortunately, they found 5 inoperable brain tumors. We knew we were at the end of our rope. But I had never euthanized a pet. And he was so much more than a pet. He was like a kid to us. When he was 8 weeks old, we brought him home and I took off from work so I could get him acclimated to his new home. He grew up with us. He lived his whole life with us, and we lived a large and very important chunk of our lives with him. Lori found out what was going on and she reached out to me. She offered to help me and to help Zeus cross over to the other side. I really didn't know what to expect. I thought this was something that she could do, but she was sure that I was an integral part of this process. Lori took off time from her extremely busy schedule. She sat down with me remotely over phone, and she performed the most amazing ceremony. I don't even know how to explain it. Lori has a beautiful direct contact with Source, and she utilized that connection to help my beloved Zeus cross over. After the ceremony was over, I kissed him goodnight. He was still breathing, but his breathing was labored. It was fast. Anyway, I kissed him goodnight. I told him it was okay to go, that it was good to go, that he shouldn't be in pain. And I went to bed. When I woke up, Zeus was gone. He had taken away that terrible, dreadful moment of having to decide to euthanize him, of having to bring someone into our home to end his life. And Lori was instrumental in this process. I don't know how she did it. I don't fully understand it myself. But she was so present. She was so loving. She was so consistent. She allowed Zeus to let go of us, and she allowed that letting go to be easier for my husband and I. I really don't know how I could ever thank her. So, if you're thinking about working with Lori, I couldn't recommend it more. Lori is one of those people who is real. She's always had spiritual gifts, but she worked very hard to develop them. Lori has lived in the real world. She has lived the lessons and the trials that the rest of us have, I guess. Lori has invested everything, her heart and her hours and hours and decades of work to attaining the spiritual clarity and connection that she has. She also isn't like a lot of other spiritual teachers who somehow acquired their connection by sitting on a hilltop somewhere. She has lived it. She continues to give back to the community. She continues to be invested in the evolution of every single human being she encounters, in addition to humanity as a whole. And Lori isn't a spiritual elitist. She'll meet you where you are, wherever that is. She isn't going to judge you. She isn't going to have unrealistic expectations. She's going to listen carefully to what you need. Anyway, if you're thinking about it, she's a wonderful person and she's a great teacher. So good luck, and I hope you pick her. Thanks for listening. Bye.